Superheroes in comic books and American popular culture have become increasingly diverse, but fans and creators say more work needs to be done, especially on the big screen, to fully represent American society. But Hollywood is already looking beyond the U.S. as it tries to capitalize on the popularity of superheroes. VOA's Elizabeth Lee reports from Comic-Con about how far superheroes have come.
Whether it's in the movies, comic books, or video games, fans say diversity has become the norm. Overwatch is Emmeline Yee's favorite video game.
I appreciate that they put a Chinese character in that game, and the fact that she's a scientist and she's smart, she's helping save the world.
For many African-American movie fans, the film Black Panther was a milestone. But some fans and comic book creators say diversity is still lacking in film.
Print, I think, tends to be able to kind of get away with that first and kind of test the waters.
But comic book superheroes have not always been so diverse.
The initial wave of superheroes of the 1930s and 40s is predominantly male and almost exclusively white.
And most minority characters were almost always based on stereotypes.
The African Americans were always drawn with big white lips, which is just horrible. And the Asian characters were usually, their skin tone was yellow, which is just weird. They were usually the menace.
But then came superheroes that appeared to symbolize minorities.
The first characters of color, the first superpowered characters of color in the Marvel Universe are green and orange. The Hulk is readily sort of understandable as a kind of complicated allegory for race as a sort of figured through ideas of monstrosity.
In the 1960s, Black Panther became the first black superhero in the Marvel Universe. It's a character that is now capturing the imagination of modern-day fans in the U.S. through film.
We actually saw Black Panther a couple of different times on opening day because it was so good, and we were really glad to see that something that was related to somebody that we could relate to was done really well.
But whether audiences outside the U.S., especially China, the second largest film market, can relate to films of non-white characters is debatable.
A lot of the times I do hear that China doesn't want to see black people, like other people of color. Hollywood doesn't think that, diverse stories could sell overseas, so they make less of it and they don't give chances to diverse stories that could be good.
But if the success of Marvel's Avengers Infinity War in China is any indication, audiences around the world are more than happy to watch superheroes, whether they're black, green, or white. Elizabeth Lee, VOA News, San Diego.
And that's our show for today. You can also visit us online at voaafrica.com. Amestic Yuat in Washington. Chamberlain Uso has our last word from Lagos.
Well, thanks, Esther. We look forward to bringing you another show next week. ChannelsTV.com is your source for news, sports, and other programming. I'm Chamberlain Uso. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.